Hey, fellow trigger pullers, ever found yourself knee-deep in the gun shop, staring at rows of ammo boxes, wondering which caliber is the ultimate do-everything beast that can smoke a Georgia whitetail in the thick stuff, anchor a Montana bull elk at distance, or stop a Maine black bear in its tracks without leaving you black and blue? Spoiler alert, there is one that rules the roost, and it might just flip your script on what versatile really means. We are diving into 8 killer calibers that every American hunter obsesses over, compare the shoulder shoves, and crown the champ that belongs in every safe. If this gets your blood pumping, hit that like, subscribe to Firearms Standard, and smack the bell for more raw caliber breakdowns that will level up your hunts. Let us get after it. Number 8, 6.5 Creedmoor. Kicking things off at the bottom of our countdown, but do not sleep on it, is the 6.5 Creedmoor, that sneaky newcomer from 2007 that Hornady whipped up for target junkies, but hunters snatched up like hotcakes. It is slinging a 264-inch bullet in the 120 to 143 grain range at 2,700 to 2,850 feet per second, packing 2,500 foot-pounds at the muzzle and still holding 1,500 foot-pounds past 300 yards. Recoil? A gentle 12 foot-pounds nudge that lets you stay glued to your glass without the drama. This round is a deer-dropping machine in open country. Imagine a crisp Midwest dawn. You spot a buck at 350 yards, twist the turret, pull the trigger, and he folds like a lawn chair. No marathon tracking needed. Bolt guns like the Ruger Precision or Bergara B14 crank out sub-half minute of angle groups. And if you are into reloading, you can fine-tune those high ballistic coefficient bullets to laugh off wind. Ammo is all over now, running $25, $50 a box. From cheap soft points for plinking to premium ELDX for reliable expansion way out there. Pros: those laser flat paths make long shots a breeze, the soft kick builds your mojo without beating you up, and it is flexible from deer to pronghorn without overdoing it. Cons: you need heavier bullets to tackle elk shoulders without issues, fancy loads can sting the wallet, and it is no good for up-close grizzly brawls where you need raw thump. If precision over brute is your jam in rolling terrain, the Creedmoor is your quiet revolution, efficient, addictive, and the kind of round that turns average days afield into stories worth retelling around the campfire. Number 7, 270 Winchester. Sliding into 7th spot, we have got the 270 Winchester, a 1923 classic that is like poetry in motion for folks who love wide open spaces. Winchester took the 30-06 case and necked it down for a 277-inch bullet in 130-150 grains, sending it screaming at 2,900 to 3,000 feet per second with 2,700 foot-pounds of punch. Drop is a joke. 0 at 200 yards, maybe 6 inches at 300 yards, and recoil is a tame 15 foot-pounds. Easy on you for those marathon stalks. It owns medium game out to 400 yards, deer, antelope, sheep with ballistic tips slicing wind for spot-on vital smacks. Picture glassing the Rockies. An elk bugles at 350 yards, you hold steady, send one, and that 140 grain partition drives home, dropping him before he knows what hit. Rifles like the Winchester Model 70 or Remington 700 print tight groups, even in slop or freeze, built like tanks. Ammo is everywhere, $25 or $45 per box. Soft points for quick work or bonded for tough bones. Pros: no rainbow trajectories for stretching shots, balanced recoil that fits most shooters, and it is battle-tested on everything from mule deer to caribou. Cons: runs out of gas for moose past 300 yards, costs more than your basic plinkers, and it is straight overkill on whitetails at spitting distance. For those western jaunts where the yards pile up and the wind plays dirty, the 270 is your reliable sidekick. Speed with a touch of class, minus the shoulder tax that leaves you sore for days. Number 6, 3530 Winchester. Holding down 6th place is the 3530 Winchester, your grandpa's lever gun sweetheart from 1895 that is still hammering beasts in the tight timber where big boys fear to tread. It pushes a 308-inch bullet at 150-170 grains and 2,200-2,500 feet per second, dishing out 1,800-2,000 foot-pounds. Plenty to crumple deer inside 150 yards without a fuss. Recoil is a soft 12 foot-pound shove, perfect for snapping off quick follow-ups. This one is a woods wizard for whitetails busting through brush or hogs rooting in palmettos. That hefty pill shrugs off twigs like they are nothing. Envision an eastern tree stand. A buck slips in at 100 yards, you lever down, pop him, and the 170-grain soft point threads the lungs, piling him up right there. Legends like the Marlin 336 or Winchester 94 swing like extensions of your arm, light at 7 pounds for schlepping all day. Ammo is bargain basement, $20, $40 a box, round nose for tube magazines or lever evolution to stretch flats to 200 yards. Pros: supreme brush buster, low kick for rapid fire, and that affordable heritage vibe that screams tradition. Cons: trajectories arc like a softball past 150 yards, no sniper status for long pokes, and it is undergunned for elk hunts. For those close-quarters scraps where history meets hard hits, the 30-30 is your nostalgic sledge, simple, dependable, and the kind of round that fills freezers with minimal fanfare. Number 5. 308 Winchester. Cracking the top 5 is the 308 Winchester, that 1952 North Atlantic Treaty Organization offspring that is all about no-nonsense balance for the everyday rifleman. It slings a 308-inch bullet from 150-180 grains at 2,600-2,800 feet per second, cranking 2,500-2,800 foot-pounds with a stout but doable 15 to 18 foot-pounds recoil. Versatile as heck for Midwest hardwood deer, Texas scrub hogs, or elk under 300 yards. It covers the bases without extremes. Picture a hog sounder charging at 200 yards. Your AR-10 dumps a 165-grain tipped, stacking them like cordwood. Bolt rigs like the Remington 700 or Ruger American Nail Minute of angle groups, while semis add that mobility edge. Ammo floods the shelves, $20, $40 a box, from full metal jacket plinkers to match-grade hunters. Pros: cheap loads everywhere to keep you stocked, deep penetration for clean, medium game work, and platforms from AR to bolts that match any hunt style. Cons: sags beyond 400 yards where magnums shine, lacks the wallop for head-on grizzly charges, and is not the wind cheater in open prairies. For that sweet spot of 90% of your hunts, the 308 is your drama-free pal, power and practicality in one tidy package. Number 4. 7mm Remington Magnum. Now ramping up to 4th place, enter the 7mm Remington Magnum, Remington's 1962 fire breather that is tailor-made for elk addicts who crave those stretch shots across the wild blue yonder. It belts out a 284-inch bullet from 140-175 grains at 2,900 to 3,100 feet per second, unleashing 3,000 foot-pounds that hangs onto 1,800 foot-pounds at 400 yards. Recoil snaps at 20 foot-pounds, but toss on a brake and it is tamed enough to spot your hits without seeing stars. This is big game royalty for mule deer on ridgelines or elk in bugling meadows. Bonded cores like Swift A-frames plow through shoulders clean, saving those quarters from looking like Swiss cheese. Think high country Colorado? You glass a 6x6 at 450 yards, factor the wind, let one fly, and he stumbles 20 yards before tipping over from a textbook lung shot. Bolt setups like the Savage 110 or Browning X-Bolt soak up the jolt, dishing sub-minute of angle groups with hand loads that let you dial in perfection. Ammo is a bit pricier at $35 or $60 a box, not as common as your everyday stuff. But partitions or ballistic tips earn their keep with energy that sticks around for the long haul. Pros: true magnum legs for trophy pokes over canyons, deep driving penetration without shredding everything, and bullet weights you can tweak for whatever beast you are after. Cons: up close on deer, it is overkill that mangles meat like a bad butcher, scarce in backwoods stores, and the kick can rattle greenhorns who flinch under fire. For those mountain missions where range rules and gusts get nasty, the 7mm Remington Magnum is your thunderclap, power with finesse that elevates everyday hunters to campfire legends. Number 3. 300 Winchester Magnum. Charging into 3rd is the 300 Winchester Magnum, Winchester's 1963 beast mode for when the game has got teeth and the shots are forever away. It hammers a 308-inch bullet in 165 to 200 grains at 2,900 to 3,200 feet per second, kicking off with 3D 500 foot-pounds and clinging to 2,000 foot-pounds at 500 yards. Recoil is a hefty 25 foot-pounds wallop, but beefy stocks dial it back. This is your grizzly policy for Alaska Bruins, Colorado elk herds, or Maine black bears. Heavies like Barnes TSX chew through bone for surefire stops that save your hide. Visualize the Yukon Flats, a caribou skylines at 500 yards, you crank the dial, squeeze, and the 180 grain AccuBond blooms wide, folding him on the spot. Stalwarts like the Winchester Model 70 or Remington 700 shrug off abuse, grouping tight with top-shelf brass that reloads like a dream. Hunters spill epic sagas. A mate of mine halted a grizzly mid-lunge at 300 yards, that belted case delivering the sledgehammer needed to end the party quick. Ammo runs $40.70 per box, from soft points for fast drops to match grade for precision twisters. Pros: Hammer of Thor range that mocks wind, drops dangerous critters in their boots, and a bullet spread to customize for thick hides or slim ones. Cons: that shoulder smacker wears you down on treks, burns cash like nobody's business, and overpenetrates puny game up close like it is tissue paper. For North America's roughest playgrounds, the .300 Winchester Magnum is your powerhouse, unleashed energy that earns bows. Team it with solid glass like Vortex or Loophole, turning long shot into lunch ticket. It is the caliber that flips iffy to in the bag, marrying might and accuracy for the bold. Number 2. .338 Winchester Magnum. Barreling to second is the .338 Winchester Magnum, the 1958 brute built to humble Alaska's monsters without batting an eye. It blasts a 338-inch bullet from 200-250 grains at 2,700-2,900 feet per second, slamming 3,800 foot-pounds that keeps 2,500 foot-pounds at 300 yards. Recoil roars 30 foot-pounds. Strap in or bolt on a brake to skip the bucking bronco ride. This is heavyweight champ for moose knee-deep in rivers or grizzly in salmon frenzy. Solids like Woodley's drill hide and bone, guaranteeing one-and-done ethics. Fancy a bush plane adventure? A bull moose looms at 250 yards, you lock crosshairs, thunder rolls, and the 225-grain Nosler partition wrecks the engine room. No swamp slog chase. Tough customers like the Ruger Hawkeye or Sacco 85 take the heat. Ammo is niche at $50, $80 a box. Potent picks with expanders for vitals or solids for walls. Paroi shatters bones on mega beasts, penetrates funky angles like a hot knife, and ethics giants from afar without skimping. Cons: mule kick recoil probes your stance, wallet weeper scarce outside specialty racks, and it trashes scopes sans padding. For top-of-the-food chain turf where bigness bites back and edges are razor thin, the .338 Winchester Magnum is your sentinel, dominance in brass that scoffs at pushback. Modern brakes soften the blow, opening it to more folks, but it is still reserved for hunts where dropping the ball is not in the cards. Number 1. .30-06 Springfield. And claiming the throne at number 1, the .30 Springfield, that 1906 icon that has weathered wars and whims as America's ultimate jack-of-all-trades. It launches a .30 8-inch bullet spanning 110-220 grains at 2,700-3,000 feet per second, flexing from 2,500 foot-pounds in light setups to Magnum-level heavies. Recoil shifts 15-20 foot-pounds, easy to handle with good form. This is your continent's multi-tool. Zippy 150-grain Mimic 270 on deer, burly 180-220-grain tackle elk, moose, or bears like 300. Adaptable in Winchester. Model 70, or Savage 110, it shoots straight across loads from pests to prizes. Kinfolk pass down lore. Pops tagged varmints to grizzly with the same rig, that case shifting gears like a pro. Ammo Swamps shops at $22, $45 a box. Endless flavors from soft points to bonded bruisers. Pros: versatility that crushes all sizes, dirt cheap stock everywhere, and century hardened in any mess. Cons: drops quicker past 400 yards than speed demons, heavies amp the kick, and it is no trendy darling. If life is one caliber, the .30-06 nails it. Ageless, shape-shifting, supreme for shore-to-shore chases. It is the legacy builder, handload friendly and forgiving, keeping you hunting sans alibis. Wrapping up this caliber showdown, these 8 fuel the fire in every American hunter's soul, from pinpoint pokers to magnum mashers. But the .30-06 Springfield wears the crown as the obsession that adapts without apology, from Georgia bucks to Montana bulls. What is your ride or die round and the tale behind it? Drop it in the comments. If this lit a spark, smash that like, subscribe to Firearm Standard, and ring the bell for more caliber wars, gear guts, and field tricks to hone your game. Hunt smart, stay sharp.